Obviously, when you evolve inside an animal body, localized in space and time, you get a hellacious set of reflexes and muscles designed to deal with immediate threat in the environment. But at the core of the oyster is, this portal into universalism, which we have denigrated to what we call the imagination.
Drifting, now I'm drifting. I feel different. I feel different. I'm drifting, now I'm drifting. Floating out. Drifting, now I'm drifting. Man, I feel different. I feel different. I'm drifting. Floating out. Whatever they told you. This is for the kids in basements sipping whatever they sold you, in a time where we can train you to play ball or to be soldiers, or to feel unworthy of the path you choose, as if you chose to rest behind the holes in front of your skull. You're here, that means they own you. You're one of them, so go to school and go to church and learn what's cool and crave that stuff, then start to drool, then go bankrupt acting a fool, like you knew where path would end up when you started walking it. Got a lot of baggage on you, sitting roadside talking shit. We got a space for vagrants just like you who can't follow the rules. Get desperate and then fuck up, and then we'll put your ass to use. Take a tab, the teeth will dry from the forced smiles on your faces. Side effects from antidepressants and non-inflammatory agents. If weight gets intolerable, just ask friends or neighbors. They'll charge more cause they scored first, but you'll get what you paid for. In this land where standing in line for stuff is considered labor, I can't stand for pharma culture. I don't trust these pills and their makers, so I'm drifting. Now I'm drifting. I feel different. I feel different. I'm drifting. Now I'm drifting. Floating out. Drifting. Now I'm drifting. Man, I feel different. I feel different. I'm drifting. Floating out. Drifting in and out of dimensions. Did I mention I'm dope? Meant for greatness, great. Your cheesy bars, it's butter that I smoke. I'm a psychonaut, and ass will not determine which way I go, but acid may and MDMA and shrooms and maybe dro. I watch the news and break a sweat and write a rap and cash a check. Take some drugs, my life's a wreck, so I'll self-destruct, amassing debt. Wish I could escape the traps I feel I'm always walking in. Gotta get my life back on its track, so grab some scratching wins. I've got a space I built inside my mind that takes me into space. Fuel the craft and then blast off, the whole planet is then erased. And when MCs on the fence see me, can't wait to see your faces. In the meantime, I'll be down in Portland grinding cash and rain checks. If pain gets intolerable, consult a physician. If you're bored, see a hypnotist, palm reader, or a magician. I'm an engineer out of work who has his tech game pretty legit, and I might just be imaginary mirage in the distance. I'm drifting. Floating out. Drifting, now I'm drifting. I feel different. I feel different. I'm drifting, now I'm drifting. Floating out. Drifting, now I'm drifting. Man, I feel different. I feel different. I'm drifting. Floating out.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't know what I would do without you. Oh no, I don't know what I would do without you. Oh no, I don't know what I would do without you. Oh no, I don't know what I would do without you. Oh no.
Starting late, better late than never. I won't stay this way, I'm way too clever. So mix it how I like it and pour me another. I don't wanna think about the places I've been, brother. Mother told me to avoid getting numb. We all are God's eyes, thy kingdom come. But mom's gone and I'm hurt and I'm young and dumb. Now I got 99 problems and addiction is one of them. Reminiscent of the days before I stayed steady, smoking heavy chlorophyll. Before I lived in the city, before all the hills. Used to take a vodka shot along with my pills. Hard admission, I had to be skillful. Slow loss of myself and willingness to feel well. Dove out of dare, like Evel Knievel, taking tabs by the handful just so I could sleep well.
I don't know what I would do without you. Oh no. I don't know what I would do without you. Oh no.
Aching and shaking as I sit in withdrawal. I can't sleep anymore and my skin is crawling. I've been at this 2 days and sweat keeps pouring. Cutting this shit cold turkey, my life's too important. No longer on track, I'd fallen from grace. And the track I'm on now is to remind of that place. Cause I'm not gonna have to rely on those daily. They took away one pain, but all the new ones they gave me, setting them down, back away gracefully. Sometimes I miss the days of numbness you laid on me, but I'm not going back. Lord help me or pray on me. No anesthetics, have to feel what they take from me. Can't think about the places I've been, brother. So mix it how I like it now and pour me another. Won't stay this way, I'm way too clever. Starting out late, better late than never.
I don't know what I would do without you. Oh no. I don't know what I would do without you. Oh no. I don't know what I would do without you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
People on the platform without a ticket, and I ain't mad about it. The dream is to perform and get paid off tickets. Now they're mad about it. A lot of runners on the corner looking for the digits. I ain't mad about it. Go and get it how you get it, cause you gotta feed your children. I ain't mad about it. 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 Respecting our elders isn't about submission to archaic ways. It's about expressing patience from learning from an entire life's worth of mistakes. It's not the fault of the last generation. They're blind to the other side of our crime rates. If we were just more accepting of how people get medicine, we'd have more pride, less lying in the cage. So fuck being nameless and invisible. I wanna get shit done. One nation, indivisible, divided by two parties, minus those like me times 1%. No, we get no translucence and are doomed to foolishness, but used to it, can't run. Cause we sit in literal shit and look at them at the top where the cool shit. I want one. People on the platform without a ticket, and I ain't mad about it. The dream is to perform and get paid off tickets. Now they're mad about it. A lot of runners on the corner looking for the digits. I ain't mad about it. Go and get it how you get it, cause you gotta feed your children. I ain't mad about it.
Want an opportunity to walk away calmly. I'm not here for an eternity, but that doesn't stop me. I'm confident I'm not gonna get caught in the tar pit I'm walking in. By the time it's up to my knees, I can smell the fire starting.
Before we start this one, I gotta check my Twitter and my Instagram real quick. Okay, we're good. Let's do this. Multiverse is my bitch. Astral project. Lot of progress since my last project. A wiser man does more and talks a lot less. Smoke reefer till I clear the room or the room's potless. If you see them looking at me, tell them they don't want this. It's a dabbing, rapping, skating, fin, I'm not anonymous. I'm super cool but fragile dipsticks act insulted on some dumb shit. And real seekers know with growth I've been synonymous, so they bump this. Get played for the babies, mamas, daddies, and their cousins. I'm that MC on DMT auntie couldn't get enough of. The hookup if you want something to bump and shake the cupboard. Been to the spirit world and peered at worse things out that most would run from. To the fake friends, Sam Beckett, over all them leaps are quantum. They change like the autumn leaves, I'm ahead and leading all them. Gets deeper, I see through their eyes, they realize they're falling. As seasons wane, they swap display, now colors match their calling. I'm sifting through the grime and grit and vaping flower pollen. I'm 2 + 2 × 2 legit, I'm 6 and they want me. So don't get caught sleeping or playing games, you know I'm awesome. Go download both my mixtapes and act good like Alec Baldwin.
If you find yourself hanging on the cliff's very edge, the one thing that won't save you, imaginary friends. Hiding behind the unseen till the scene gets suspenseful. Can't really get real with these imaginary friends though.
Been popping caps and rapping, so much room to improve. I'm talking psilocybin fungus, taking shrooms in the booth. Take me to a new dimension, maybe show me some truth. Share the vision with the people, they need knowledge that's new. Waiting for cosmic alignment, I get centered like noon. Both hands up toward the heavens, more like 10 and 2. Elevating my mind and having a hell of a time while doing it. And you'd Instagram the last good meal you ate just to prove you did. And good with sexy ladies who just love and adore me. You know the type who turn a trio breakfast date to an orgy. Into the style compliment, it won't take a forgery. Love my penmanship and ask what they can do for me for the D. I rhyme so tough, smart, neat, and crazy. You couldn't rap any more weak if you were all 7 days. Slay these streets like pussy, ride concrete like waves. Perfect audio confections for their ears to come taste. They use the booth for confessions, but I use it as pace. Between these thoughts interconnected that are binding me to this place. All but lost here and find that the dislodged and displaced can learn from each other with acceptance and patience. This pent up pain, that's my pen, paint, and paint pen. The palette I use is the airwaves and the ways I can play off them. Of course all the words I say and how thoughts play off them. But some will still draw distance, put up walls, or just take offense.
Find yourself hanging on the cliff's very edge, the one thing that won't save you, imaginary friends. Hiding behind the unseen till the scene gets suspenseful. Can't really get real with these imaginary friends though.
Write on paper in the moment, only in Roman numerals. Illegible, passers-by elbowing me cause I'm so humorous. Bliss in people's ignorance, chicken ramen noodles. They stay salty, I don't fault them, use no caution with hubris. Hold the comments, Haley's comic could just come back to get me. I'm that interstellar rapper in the land of the hippies. Dirty varmint, spitting sonnets, circumstance could get iffy. So I do front flips, cartwheels, handstands for them to understand and get me. Fandom forming like a snowball, clear and cold as ice. Walk through doors without the clearance, take out haters concisely. No heaters, we defeat them with our words, weed and spice. Armed to teeth that tease the weak MCs in disbelief, surprised and doused in their own medicine. They F it up, I'm infinite, can't catch up, break migraine headaches, get them acetaminophen. See through them, cellophane, stuck to shit they meddle in. I'm charging up and blasting off and stealing moves like Mega Man. Now you feel inspired? Well, we're in dire circumstance. Omega down to alpha, from the fire to the frying pan. The world is full of liars and outliers with truth in hand. Some hand it out, some lock it up, some always just sit in the stand. Some adjust the TV set cause they can change the channel, or glaze over the sum of things, take on more than they can handle. Some sleep in, some will slip out, some will think that you're an asshole. But in summary, something you don't need are the fake friends and their hassles.
If you find yourself hanging on the cliff's very edge, the one thing that won't save you, imaginary friends. Hiding behind the unseen till the scene gets suspenseful. Can't really get real with these imaginary friends though.
Now, schizophrenia is a similar thing. I can remember an experience I had years ago. I was in the Tolman Library at the University of California, which is the psych library, and I was looking up some drug or something, and I just saw a book and I pulled it off the shelf, a book about schizophrenia, and it said, the typical schizophrenic lives in a world of twilight imagining, marginal to his society, incapable of holding a regular job, tradition of shamanism. We have no tradition of journeying into these mental worlds. We are terrified of madness. We fear it because the Western mind is a house of cards, and the people who built that house of cards know that, and they are terrified of madness. Someone once said, LSD is a psychedelic substance which occasionally causes psychotic behavior in people who have not taken it. More people have exhibited psychotic behavior from not taking LSD but just thinking about it than ever exhibited it from taking it. Certainly in my family, I watched my parents both go psychotic from the mere fact that LSD existed. They would never have taken it. There is a great phobia about the mind. The Western mind is very queasy when first principles are questioned. Rarer than corpses in this society are the untreated mad. We can't come to terms with that. A shaman is someone who swims in the same ocean as a schizophrenic, but the shaman has thousands and thousands of years of sanctioned technique and tradition to draw upon. In a traditional society, if you exhibit quote-unquote schizophrenic tendencies, you are immediately drawn out of the pack and put under the care and tutelage of master shamans. You are told you are special. Your abilities are very central to the health of our society. You will cure. You will prophesy. You will guide our society in its most fundamental decisions. Contrast this with what a person exhibiting schizophrenic activity in our society is told.
Another gone, nothing gained. Souls lost to sunset because dawn never came. Another gone, nothing gained. Souls lost to sunset. I represent the lonely runners in the street, making moves and keeping tabs on that low. So what you need? This is Portland, Rip City, but you ain't ripping shit off me. You got $1? No, you got a shred of decency? 'Cause if you wanna see the things I've seen, you picked a decent seat. Don't you look down, stop dehumanizing me. I haven't eaten much today, and I haven't slept in 3, but I'm hyper aware of my environment, so get on my frequency. I see a city and it's burning, but it rains most every day. I see children acting grown up because grown ups got locked away. I see chilling sights of souls who come so far and lost their way because their vice of choice was handed with no advice or love that way. All alone and cold, they shoot up in smoke and try and escape, and the problem's overflowing, but it doesn't feel that way. No plan to where they're going, just questions they can't take. Should I take the max today or throw myself in front of the train? Another gone, nothing gained. Souls lost to sunset because dawn never came. Say it again. Another gone, nothing gained. Souls lost to sunset because dawn never came. I represent those called crazy or those labeled ill repute. I'm here to ask you beyond blankets and clothing, what can you do? Voices speak to me at night about walls closing in on you. They are legion and they are leaving me with much choice to see this through. I need meds, they say, but those make me itchy and sad. And the food banks will give me groceries if I give them an address. But time takes its toll and I just know there's poisons and pathogens in the food they feed me, the pills and needles, and I'm out of chances. Man sits at the brink of evolutionary cusp, but I get paranoid and confused and I don't know who to trust. And it may be either for those with family or those with luxury, but I have either now, just me and the voices, so I guess I'll be punished. I'm at your bus stops and corners asking for bucks, and my case isn't every case but resonates with a bunch. So remember that next time you have a mimosa with brunch. I beg for change, but rest assured I ain't asking for much. Another gone, nothing gained. Souls lost to sunset because dawn never came. Another gone, nothing gained. Souls lost to sunset because dawn never came. Every day is Earth Day, and the universe is your birthplace. A living verse as we rehearse or work or learn or yearn or play. The earth turns in two ways. It turns as in rotates, and it turns as in it alters us all with space and time into different states. And I don't mean different states, like borders between a place. On a map, I mean actual manifestations on different planes. And when I say different planes, I don't even know what I'm saying. I just know that I'm having a blast and laughing as we elevate. From being able to tell you hey, to being able to tell that hate isn't the way to resolve lack of harmony or deal with our mistakes. Arms dealers are on the chase for new and creative ways of taking apart your favorite creatures around here that God creates. So here we are, lost creators, little God-fingered apocalypse bringers. We can get lost watching our thoughts or sunsets or Jerry Springer. We can listen to Jerry Garcia or be grateful the dead can't see us. Or be grateful that the cancer that you had that they excised can't beat you. We exercise our demons, and exercise our freedoms, and exercise outside when we feel like our insides need it. We can pour cold cement, or we can hold new infants. We can supply the poor and cold with new hope. Our choices are infinite. Every day is Earth Day, and the universe is your birthplace. A living verse as we rehearse or work or learn or yearn or play. Best rapper in Portland from Utah, best rapper from Utah in Portland. It's funny how swaps and orders and ops could have changed the way the course went. My flow's tight as a corset, you're fucked like intercourse. When you say expertise is important, then you flip-flop and try to force it. Insecure society, I hate to tell you, your acne's showing. Pretty sure you'd like to see me and my kind backed into a corner, cause I'm inclined to not agree with the backers of a country with food and shelter for all who need, held lock and key by a few high-level hoarders. Fork over yours cause cash isn't a resource, it's a promissory note, and this promise has been broken more often than common tongue English is spoken. You're searching for affirmation, I'm just contemplating my platform. You can't imagine all the places I can plan an attack from, and as you compensate with likes for hate encapsulated, I just transform. You can't write for shit, your passion's fake, and your friends don't like you if you have some. Just stick to the facts, son. I talk casually in rhyme about things that happen in days past, and I'm that motherfucker Mother Goose would love to get her hands on. I'm a singer too, with long hair, but I'm not Manson, Lennon or Hanson. I'm the soothing tune you're grooving to, call me Whysir, kind of a madman. Best rapper from Utah in Portland, best rapper in Portland from Utah, and they just clap or hate, cause now they see the skill the dude's got. Love is lost, and I'm a vessel for what's left and for what's not. Can't digest imagination, can't keep feeding all these thoughts. I'm up nights tossed, turning burnt fingers on stovetops, just to gather content for another shot at loading a beat with knowledge. Can't for sure say that it's been worth losing all that I've gotten. Some nights feel boxed in, locked up, hidden away and forgotten. So shout goes out to you if you're out there pushing for your passion. Pretty sure you wish I'd heard of you or acknowledged you in passing, but I've got some knowledge to drop on you. You don't know what you're asking, I've got my own problems, we all do. I'm not marketing or masking. I want actual peace found in my life and happiness in days passing. But there's motherfuckers running loose I'd just love to get my hands on, talking useless shit, could care less about your mansion, money or plans, and you need to get with it. Give handouts, be hands on, put your hand in. Best rapper from Portland or Utah, let's have a good time and enjoy it. There's scavengers sitting in the sticks with tricks to take this spot and you know it. You're about to explode, they see where you go, copy your flows, gain acclaim for ground you've laid, but can't complain for price of involvement. We all want more than allotted time slot, but we need to stop it. There's a circle here, and it's not just about poverty or profit, cause if you take more than you give, you take the extra and then toss it, not to those that need, just to the ether. At that point it's gone, we've lost it. The silly shit we're sticking with, it's gotten beyond preposterous. We're living for the impossible, hoping God hasn't forgotten us. Tend to seek out differences rather than what we have in common. Thus lines are drawn, then swords and bombs, and look how far that's gotten us. Like a gymnast hand to hand, routine upon a pommel horse. We all have a daily balance. Hope my thoughts swapped or upended yours. Getting nasty hand to hand combat only as a final resort, but stay on the front line, head on, as long as there's news to report. It's that Romeo flowing that Toblerone. My rhyme's so sweet, girls licking their lips and hips and moving, so they must know it's me. Fa solo ti do do re mi fa. I'm an no-comply computer wizard, flowing like blizzard. Better go scrape off your car windshield, spit will factor off the Richter. Days that they calling me Vic, it's cause that's short for Victor. I'm a Mr. Your sister in the same place dad's kissed her. And if you miss that line, it's fine, just flick the flip on a game of Twister. Our world works the same with worse, it's stale. This isn't a tale, we get to be compelled to let ship sail. Girls grinding on your lap and so it happens to swell. She's grinding to this wise a flow, but I ain't there, she'll have to sell. I smoke a lot of pot and call the kettle black. They're in trouble, I burst that bubble, I ain't going back. Not too punctual and you punks will someday realize that. I'm not wanting to let the laws of space and time hold me back. Don't hold me to that, just in case, in fact. Don't hold me unless you know me, homie. Just rest assured I lack patience for stupid haters, just go rewind the track. I know you're a little slow and I'm hoping to make some dough off that. Let's get down brass tacks, these MCs Amtraks. Can't stand them to get through, they've had to sleep like catnaps. Let me hit the kitty cause you're a beginner and I got tact and skills. So between meals and between the ladies' legs like snacks.
Ladies and gentlemen, disco shit.
I smoke a lot of pot. I smoke a lot.
I smoke a lot of pot and call the kettle black. They're in trouble, I burst the bubble, I ain't going back. I'm not too punctual and you punks will someday realize that. I'm not one to let the laws of space and time hold me back. Wearing miles on my face, I'm wearing miles on paper. I'm wiser on the internet, I spit rhymes, I smoke vapor. Homies that know me call me Warren, some call me W or Dub. I'm a fighter, I'm a lover, I'm a thief, not a thug. Rhythmic timing, I'm a pirate. I'm online too much, algorithmic, I'm the solution mark. All the above, no pollution, green improved him. I need dabs, not fist bumps. I'll keep riding and riding the wave and fitted the way I was made. I ain't dumb. Captain Planet, man, I planet with our powers combined. I cut off vestigial influence, use rhymes to cauterize. It's up to you to bump this jam or damn it, get back to the grind. I'm your fan, standing behind me, call that the rise of the wise. So bow down now and realize his name would imply more than willing to get wild with rhyming just to make you ask why, sir? Cause I like when you speak politely to me. I'm that Romeo flowing that Toblerone, my rhyme's so sweet.
Found ourselves caught in cataclysm. Conflicts unending lay waiting and then some. And even though the sun may rise on the day we're facing, we're in way over our heads in a less than favorable situation.
Most days I feel my head about to burst, trying to quench this thirst that I feel for the world. I fear for its workings, and I'm not the first. I'm just not the majority, they've made that much overt. Good men remain still, the light's been covered, lined up at corners, enlightenment undiscovered. Goaded into grinds to become ideal lovers, but they never find, so with entitlement they pine over fodder. Fine if unguarded, we yell unguarded at each other, pick up political party, then we arm up for the culture. So far from farming, most don't know horticulture. Cold storage reliance, obvious as a cold sore. Can't grow up at all, to gardens a no sir. Just distill Bacardi at the club where the hoes are. Killer is silent, resigned just for closure. Can't connect anyway, just give likes and post more. Sold a fake life on a mobile phone poster, so you're feeling the pressure from the bills and smart toaster. No pleasure in paying, and it's a pain, and you hope for days when capital gain could go the way of the dinosaur. Those out in pain, no assurance underinsured. Their quandary may not alarm you, but I'll assure you it should. For how you treat the sick, that's how you're seen by the world, and we just leech off of ours, and it's just so far from good.
And it's so far from good, we just leech off of ours. They're in need of us now, this is the call to arms. This is the call to arms, they're in need of us now. Evil that still prevails is evil we allow.
Life in a bubble, leave-in conditioner. Rewritten history, been in trouble this year. Cry for the mother's intentions so crystalline. Can't care for young'uns with these tensions in the streets. Pay 10 for a hookup, pay attention to police. If pat-downs escalate, kids can end up deceased. Of course cops get found with no fault and walk away freely, while the family's left without a child wallowing grieving. Or get a sentence get booked, like a sentence in a book. They lock you up in their library, suspend disbelief. Stuck in a system mistaking skin tone with ill intention to separate us by melanin and bury those who disagree. Still why we'd hand over the new codes to an orange xenophobe with tiny hands and a comb-over's a mystery to me. It's a mystery to me. He's just so orange and xenophobic. Never tried to hide it, just platformed and showed it. Somehow crowds clap for him in all of his ignorance, a reflecting of the worst of us in our darkest of doings. In our darkest of doings, no need for condolence. A danger to the planet now, he's more than an annoyance. Annoyance worthy resistance, resist we for sure should. We'll float in refusal, won't can B-boy in his wood. Racist system has a head, look where mistakes just took us. Can't allow him to do harm, that's so far from good for us.
It's so far from good to allow him to do harm. Look where mistakes took us. This is the call to arms. This is the call to arms. We're in need of it now. Evil that still prevails is evil we allow. It's so far from good, we just leech off of ours. They're in need of us now. This is the call to arms. This is the call to arms. They're in need of us now. Evil that still prevails is evil we allow.